I can tell I've been crying, but I don't know if you can. Um, Last night was pretty bad for me, and this morning, I did something that kind of scared me to death. I did one of my dad's tube feeds this morning, and the way you do it is you have to get like clean, sterile water, and you have to fill up a glass with it. You have to put 50 cc's worth of water into the big syringe, and then you unclamp the tube and you open up the one end, and you put the water through slowly to flush it out. Anything that's stuck in there will get flushed down and through, and then I had to give him his medication, and you have to crush up his pills and dissolve them in water too. And then you slurp it up in the syringe and you put it down. And then you get the tube feeding stuff. It looks like milk. It's like mixed up nutrients. It's like a milkshake almost, but it looks like milk, but it's kind of the wrong color. It's kind of a grayish white instead of white like milk is. But it doesn't have any kind of a smell that I can notice, which that's a good thing because that would have been a problem for me, is smells. But I did the tube feed, I had to fill up the syringe several times. And you can't just push it all through all at once. You have to push it down, let it go down the tube, push it down, let it go down. It's a very time consuming thing. And then afterwards, after I've emptied out like the container of feed, we empty it out of the thing it comes in and into a glass, and then we slurp it up that way because it's easier. And then you finish that, and then you put 40 cc's of water down the tube to finish it, and also it hydrates him. So I did that, and then I cleaned up after. I wiped with sanitizing wipes before and again after, and made sure to dig into the little openings where you put the syringe in just to make sure it was sanitary, because I was scared to death that I was going to cause something bad to happen to him. But I did it, even though it was scary. And the first time I tried, the first go with the water, I squirted some all over the place at first, and I had to, because I only let a little bit out, but I figured out how the kinking thing in the tube works. It goes click, click, click. And I figured out how to pop the ends off of, like, where you put the syringe, and I figured it out. But I remembered the instructions that were given to me verbally, which that's a shock to me because usually things like that I can't remember. But I just remembered 50 first, 40 after. And that was just an easy thing, 50-40, 50-40. And medicine and food in the middle. So 50 medicine, food, 40, done. So I did it. But last night I had a flashback because let's just say my dad got a PureWick catheter, and we got one that fully works. It turns out that the suction part was attached. It wasn't a wall unit, and it was inside of like whatever you mount the container on that collects the pee. So it is an actual complete thing, and it just didn't look like it because it didn't have the wall mount. But anyway, my mom and Marcy, they got that thing attached to Dad, and I had a flashback where when I was in 3rd grade, so about 8 years old, let's see, it was Mrs. Williams, so that was 3rd grade. I broke my finger, and I had a splint on it. And one day my dad was watching me like play with it. I was rubbing my finger on the soft tip of it, because this finger was splinted, and I was going like this. And my dad is like, if you pull that off, there's going to be hell to pay. basically in that really threatening tone of voice. And so last night, when they got the catheter on him, because it's an external catheter, it goes over the dick and balls, and they're both inside of it, so there's no chance that it can just pop off. If he fiddles with the tube, it's really stuck on there. And there's suction, so the pee will go down the tube into the container. And anyway, so I heard Marcy say, and we're done. We got it. And the memory popped out of my mouth as echolele, and I'm like, if you pull that off, there's hell to pay. And I basically got screamed at for an hour. Or it felt like an hour. It probably wasn't. But I already felt like shit the moment those words came out of my mouth. And then I got told to shut the fuck up. And then I got lectured, which I didn't need. Because to me, it felt like I was being punished for having a symptom of PTSD. And like, nobody notices all the effort I go to hold back the rage, but when a little bit of it slips, oh my god, I'm the worst person ever. And it's like, that did not help me at all. All it did was make me feel even worse. I was suicidal all last night. I went to bed and went to sleep really early just so that I didn't have to think or feel anything. But I'm just trying to move past it because I've kind of accepted that my problems are never going to be taken seriously by my own family. So my destiny is to just struggle and struggle and struggle. I still don't see much hope for a future or anything for me right now. But at least I know I can do my dad's damn tube feed if I need to. So, and Mom did acknowledge me doing that and thank me for it. So at least there's that. And at least I know that, I don't know how to empty the PureWick thingy, but at least I can tube feed him if I have to. So, I guess yay for one positive little thing. But it's not something that really matters that much. I mean, tube feeding, wow, anybody can do it. But who can survive PTSD? I hope I can. But right now, I don't know. Look at me, I'm so deadpan. I'm just so beaten down by yesterday. When someone is triggered and you come in and trigger them more and then get mad at them for reacting to that, that's pretty cold. That's pretty fucking cold.